Hello, welcome to today's edition of IARF 5-Minute Focus, discussions with leaders in disability services. I am Josh Evans, the president and CEO of IARF, and we have the pleasure today of being joined by Kristen Huffman-Gottsling, the executive director of PACTT Learning Center. Thank you so much for joining us today, Kristen.
Thanks for letting me do this. It's great.
So as you know, with our 5-minute focuses, we really want to give an opportunity for the featured member organizations just to talk up the great things that your organization does in your communities. So could you spend a couple minutes just talking to viewers and telling us, what does PACT Learning Center do?
Sure. So PACT is an organization that's in both Chicago and Oak Park. We are nearly 30 years old at this point. We support individuals, kids, and adults who have autism as their primary diagnosis, but who are typically also diagnosed with an intellectual developmental disability. And we do that through community embedded programs. You will see our mission through what we do. We are deeply embedded in both Rogers Park and Oak Park through our school, our residences, and our vocational program. And we are really here to make sure that we have the supports in place for people with autism such that they can thrive in their own communities. So our perspective is that we're just a partner to communities, and we're a partner to the people we support. And our job is to link the two together such that communities can really recognize the ways in which our members contribute to the rich fabric and life of their own communities.
Thank you for that description. And one of the things I'm going back to immediately, because it's featured throughout how we talk about disability services in terms of that word community and why that word community is important. Could you talk a little bit about how what PACT does is important to ensuring that the neighborhoods that you mentioned are part of a broader healthy community? What is it that PACT does that ensures that the role that your organization plays contributes to what it means to be a healthy community?
Sure. I mean, I think we all know that if we feel like we belong to a community, we are thriving. And that if a community is built of members who think that they belong to it and know they belong to it and are recognized for the contributions, that whole community thrives. And so that's what we're here to do. We're here to assure that, to kind of increase community health by assuring that a particular group of neighbors, students, adults have access to employment, but also that employers have access to the supports they need to remove barriers and challenges, that schools have what they need, that law enforcement has what they need, whatever the sector happens to be in a community. We're here to both show kind of the potential and the ability that our folks have to be supportive to those sectors, but also show those sectors how they can be a little bit better to make sure that they're welcoming. And in that way, we create thriving communities together.
Excellent description, and I think truly highlights the important work the organization does and others that are similarly situated. As you know, we are in May, and May is that time of year where our Illinois General Assembly really knuckles down to try to prepare a budget for the next fiscal year, which starts in July. For those that are not aware, organizations like PACT and other disability service providers are able to provide the services that they do through contract with state agencies, and that's how they are primarily reimbursed. So the budget really matters every year in what the General Assembly does, and especially so for disability services in Illinois. Is there a message that you want to send to members of the General Assembly on what they need to do to help advance the mission and the vision of PACT?
Sure. I mean, first, I'd thank them, right? I thank them for the partnerships that have existed, the ways in which they've supported not just PACT, but the field. But then I'd also challenge us all. I think we have this potential for transformation of a system. You don't get that often. I've worked in this state for 20 plus years. I've not seen this moment of time that's arriving for all of us. And so my hope is that the General Assembly will recognize this critical moment that we have and really invest in building a system that can truly support people across the state with intellectual and developmental disabilities in a way where they can thrive, and partner with agencies, partner with communities, but work toward transformation. And so that's going to take an investment. It's going to take effort on all of our parts, but I know that from the agency side of things, we are ready to go. And so all we're looking is for that partnership and that investment in the field.
Thank you for that very excellent and clear ask. And having the opportunity to talk to several of your colleagues through this format, one of the things that I am impressed with, and it helps fill, I know, our cup, is how many organizations are just ready to expand capacity to the extent that they're able, ready to do some cool and unique things for those that you're currently serving, but those that you hope to serve. And what it takes to get there is that commitment in the state budget and the General Assembly for equitable, sustainable funding. And I agree. If this can get done, I think it will be transformational for our service array, and I think that everybody should want to be a part of that. So, Kristen, thank you so much for joining us today, for talking a little bit about PACT and for that unique message for our legislators in this unique time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.